Once again, it's time for Impact Moment, where we give you great information and we find out things. And today we have Matt Breckaway, and he's going to tell us what is the point of the Pointless Theater. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us.
You guys are called the Pointless Theater. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we are a DC-based nonprofit theater company that creates original spectacle theater.
Now, what do you mean by spectacle theater?
Sure. So the work that you would see on our stage looks a little bit different from what you would expect on from a traditional play. Our mission is to blur the lines between puppetry, dance, music, live visual art, and traditional theater.
So it sounds like it's like a Disney show on stage.
It's mostly about creating pieces that would surprise an audience, telling stories in a way that you wouldn't traditionally see on stage.
Give us an example of that.
Our work has ranged from inspiration topics such as classic ballet to silent film to work that's inspired by historical events. We often look to the past to sort of get inspiration, but then try to mix it up a bit. We think about where we can employ puppetry, masks, any sort of dance form, usually with a live music element, and by the end of it, it creates something that looks not quite like a play, not quite like a dance piece, not quite like a concert, but sort of a mix of all those things together.
So it sounds like it's something that if someone's there, it's more of an experience. Give me an example of your biggest spectacled spectacle.
Well, each piece is pretty drastically different, but most recently I can tell you about a piece that we titled Forced Triage. Now, this was a piece that was very heavily inspired by the very real events of the 2001 DC Sniper. We were all in high school when that happened, and that moment in time sort of left this lasting impact. So we knew that we wanted to have some sort of piece that explored that moment in time and what it meant for us. But as we started to really think about what that looked like, we started remembering the way that actually TV and the news media reported on it. And so we started asking ourselves, well, how can we really include that live footage element to it? So the piece ended up being this sort of spectacle of cameras and live screens. So as the audience watched the live actors on stage recounting, their fictional experience, there were other actors who were manipulating cameras through the space and live feeds all throughout the theater space, so that the audience was sort of challenged to decide where they were going to focus, whether they were going to see the live performer in front of them or whether they were going to see that filtered through this camera piece, or whether it was going to be some sort of combination of both.
With you for over a decade, Pointless Theater. They're our guest today on Impact Moment. For DCTV, I'm Alvin Jones. Thank you for watching.